Beat It AT, what up, Beat It AT, what up?
Bitch, I'm the baddest, most cheated on the atlas, my Panamera. Yup, bitch, I'm the fastest. Me, I get it faster. Me, I fuck her faster. Me, I get it faster.
What is up, everyone? It is Andrew Rapier here of Beat It AT Production and Publishing, bringing you guys a new YouTube video. Yep, been busy as hell lately, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna be trying to bring you guys more of those YouTube videos, tutorials, breakdowns, and such more. Gonna try to do the everyday thing again. So in this video, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to create pretty much a uicideBoy type beat or Juicy J's 3-6 Mafia style. I actually got a sample, and we're utilizing a sample in this and then creating a melody from it. This is a breakdown video. It isn't a tutorial, so I'm not going from scratch, but it's not a beat session video where I'm not saying anything. If you guys want to get more learning tutorials, more knowledge, be sure to subscribe. And be sure to go to beatitat.com and look through the different videos we have. We have a whole bunch of videos, all free videos, a lot of free content for you guys, so you guys become better producers. So be sure to subscribe. So I'm gonna go through this real quick and kind of explain how everything works. The sample I used is actually from a song I produced or engineered, and also co-produced with another person. The song's actually, it's gonna be in the beginning of this video. There'll be a little snippet, and there's gonna be a link in the description to that song. It's a song by What's Up Woody. He's an artist I work with, and it's called Faster. And so here is a sample with nothing on it. And I'm gonna make this one unique real quick and get rid of the pitch shift.
Bitch, I'm the baddest, most cheated on the atlas, my Panamera. Yup, bitch, I'm the fastest.
And then also get rid of that.
Bitch, I'm the baddest, most cheated on the atlas, my Panamera. Yup, bitch, I'm the fastest. Bitch, I'm the baddest.
So I actually changed it up a fair amount. So if we drag it into this,
Bitch, I'm the baddest, most cheated on the atlas, my Panamera. Yup, bitch, I'm the fastest. Bitch, I'm the baddest, most cheated on the atlas, my Panamera.
and so I knew the BPM obviously of the sample already. It was 140. So then I got the segment. I went to I changed the BPM over here to 140, and then I got the segment I wanted. So I just wanted a, I think it's like a 4-bar loop. Yeah, it's a 4-bar loop, and so it looped it. And then I went down to the pitch shift, type in value, the 0.25. So that essentially means it's about like half pitch down. Whereas if I went down a whole one, it would be a full pitch down, if that makes any sense, like a whole octave. And I didn't want to go that low. And so I also kind of knew what key he was in. So it kind of helped. I think he was in like C#. And so those were all very essential elements of the sample, because I'm going to have to create a melody from the sample to my best of my ability for it to kind of complement it. So then after that, I turned on a parametric EQ where it filters it out, but it still had a lot of elements that I didn't want. Hold on one second. I'm drinking this coffee. And then I put on a isotope vinyl, and this is a free plugin, so you guys could go get it. It's completely free. It pretty much finalizes your sample. So now we get some of that bass and some other low end still, but when you turn it on, then there's this gross beat that comes on, but it's not on right here. So if I were to do that right here, turn off the piano,
Beat It AT, what up?
So now you kind of actually like now sound like that 3-6 Mafia, or like that Suicide Boys where they do that stutter. So it's just a simple gross beat that I did, and I just automated the effect, the thing, so it comes on right there. And then after that, essentially I just created a piano melody to it with addictive keys going in here, and then I had a gross beat. So I'm gonna turn off the gross beat though, so you guys hear the melody that I had originally.
Beat it AT, what up? Beat it AT, what up? Beat it AT, what up?
And this is actually a special gross beat that I have. I'm gonna actually give you guys this gross beat. It's this little thing that I've developed. Eventually, I'm still kind of like working on it, but you guys could see how I did it. It's just like a half, and then it does another half speed, then it re-triggers one step back, and then does it again. So it's a little bit different than if I would do this. So where this is, but so it's this one instead. Then my tag.
Beat it AT, what up?
So then I had this little string, just a string, classical, big drama strings, and Nexus. And if we go into strings, I did a gross beat, half speed, then a parametric EQ, then another parametric EQ. Kind of like the same parametric, but after doing the gross beat, it does a half speed. I mean, after the gross beat, since it's a half speed, it's actually going to go into a lower octave, and I don't want any muddiness. So you can kind of see like where that like 3-6 Mafia, Suicide Boys, Juicy J vibe comes from. All the drums I used in this, yeah, pretty much all these drums, even the 808s, are in the brand new AT Drum Kit 3.0 or the AT Drum Kit 3 major hits. I'll put the link to that in the description as well. It's the newest drum kit. We literally just dropped this drum kit. And it has a whole bunch of stuff in there. It's some great stuff. I'll make another video for that later though. But essentially everything from these drums were in that kit. Obviously this is a very popular orchestral crash. This is slightly different and EQ'd differently. But anyways, we get into the, essentially, hold on. I want to put this in the tag so you guys can kind of see, of course, how I see this. In my opinion, I call this like a copy paste beat because all I did was copy it over again. So we get in here, put in those strings. And one thing you can see is I'm gonna like the content so you guys can kind of see everything a little bit better. Should have done this earlier. Pretty much this is really all it is. But in the verse, in the chorus, I only had those cymbals, those open hats essentially. And then like I broke away in the first chorus half from no strings into having strings. This was what the pattern for the hi-hat looked like too, if you guys were curious. And then the 808, when you guys get 808s from beatat.com or Beat It AT, they're always tuned to C. And that's really important because then you guys don't have to retune your 808s. And retuning 808s is never fun. I hate it. So we make all the 808 samples perfect. So since G goes well with what we had, kind of all just flows perfectly. I could probably, like, let me see, this upper scale highlighting, C sharp. So let me see, because we shift the pitch. My bad, G. Yeah. So, and then if I'm correct, everything should fit. I don't know, but besides the point, the whole premise of this, after doing all of that EQing and such, you kind of lose the main premise of the melody. The whole point of that sample is to have that texture, that grit, that like gangster Suicide Boys vibe. But I mean, that was pretty much really all it was. It wasn't really a hard beat to make. I think the biggest thing was figuring out what part of the sample I wanted to chop. And I chose to do the song that I produced, mostly because I don't have to worry about royalties, copyright, all that jazz, because it's my own production and publishing. So, and plus I know the artist, and it's all love. So if you guys like this video, if you thought you learned something, if it's beneficial, this is a breakdown video. It's not a tutorial. So obviously the tutorials are coming back, all that jazz. So I'll be doing the tutorials from ground up, from nothing to something, and then beat sessions are just me working, me or Tony or whoever else working on a beat, which we then just film, but there's no talking. So that's the difference. They're all very informative in their own ways. This is just a breakdown. I had a beat I went through, I tried to break it down for you guys so you guys can do the same. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. All the links to everything will be in the description below. And yeah, this is Andrew Rapier here at Beat It AT Production and Publishing, and I'll see you guys later.